Welcome to LongHaulPartner.com's video blog series. Today's video blog is entitled Remarks on LHP's Owner-Operator Thinking. And the point is to briefly clarify the two-hat convention that I typically use in addressing various owner-operator business issues and concerns. It's an idiosyncrasy that probably bears some clarification. Now, I suppose there are owner-operators out there who are basically born in a truck cab. They've been in a truck since age 3 or so, riding with their father, their mother, their grandfather, and they just carried on from there. But most of us were not born truck drivers. We started out as company drivers. And now we're either considering becoming owner-operators or perhaps we've been an owner-operator for some period of time. Now, the terminology that LHP, employ and our manner of thinking is almost always from that point of view. That is transitioning from company driver to owner-operator, or in justifying ourselves as an OO compared to what we might earn as a company driver with less risk. As owner-operators having our own business, we must consider whether the risk and liability inherent in operating our own business makes sense in terms of dollars and cents. Does the risk-reward ratio justify owning the business at all? Now, as an example, suppose you've been a company driver for the past 10 years and you're earning 40 cents a mile plus benefits and probably some bonuses. And now you're considering earning 45 cents per mile as an owner-operator. Is that justified? Is it worth the risk? Now, of course, that's your judgment call to make, but I'll share with you that for myself, the answer would be no, not for me. I'm certainly not making a judgment here or advising you as to what you should do in running your own business. This is just my opinion relative to my own goals and aspirations. We all have our own. One man's treasure is another man's, poison? I don't know. I'm just another small business guy trying to do my best, trying to survive, and I'm trying to share some things through Long Haul Partner that I've run across in my own life and that I hope offer some value to other folks. I'm not an attorney, I'm not a CPA, and I don't dispense legal or financial advice, ever. LHP's role, my role, is to assist in expanding our conceptual thinking and hopefully to point out possible ways to earn more money driving a truck or running a small fleet. Long Haul Partners' role is never to advise or to make inappropriate judgment calls. Now, anyway, this brings me to my point, and this is why I tend to speak in terms of wearing two hats. One is driver employee and one is the business owner, in spite of the fact that legally, for most of us anyway, no such thing exists. We can take draws and pay self-employment tax. We can take what are called guaranteed payments as a totally different tax outcome. And in some cases, we may actually take a salary with conventional payroll taxes such as Social Security, Medicare, FUTA, and so forth. That's entirely up to each of us in conjunction with our attorney and CPA to determine what's best for each of us. Now, I speak of two hats simply as an artifice. It's a make-believe way of considering whether or not being in business for ourselves is actually worthwhile. I'm not a financially sophisticated person, and I don't pretend to be. but it helps me to analyze the owner-operator business model from the perspective of earning a salary, artificial or not, relative to whether the business itself earns sufficient profit over and above that fictitious salary to warrant its existence. I hope this isn't confusing. Our LHP intent is to clarify thinking, not confuse it. Now, as an example, the LHP take it or leave it calculator considers revenue earned on a trip over and above what we might consider as driver salary. It artificially separates trip revenue into these two items in order to facilitate analyzing and understanding what, if anything, the business is earning over and above what could be earned as a company driver with essentially zero risk. Now, this admittedly artificial distinction has nothing whatever to do with the legal reality of your particular business structure or tax situation. It's just my manner of thinking, and I hope you find it helpful and not confusing. At any rate, I do talk about two hats quite a bit, and I hope that's not absurd. Anyway, just saying, as always, keep the shiny side up, keep the RPMs down, and keep on trucking.